I just got a package that I purchased from the endless, on some days, doom scrolling on YouTube Shorts. So, a couple of months ago, I just happened to see this contraption. Of course, you already know what's in it. I seen this contraption show up on YouTube Shorts, and I thought it was kind of interesting because I've never had much success on sharpening knives. I mean, I got them things that you run through on the edge of a counter, and I got the other ones that you hold it, and then I got the sharpening stones and stuff like that, and it's just so much setup and technique and stuff like that, and it doesn't really seem to help, especially the ones that you just rip it through. It leaves a lousy edge. I mean, it gets you by, but it's not like a razor, like a knife should be. So, just happened to pick up this contraption called a tumbler. So we're going to see how well it does. You know, being I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm sharpening a knife. So we'll just happen to get a knife out. Actually, I'll use the knife that I'm going to sharpen to open this box. And this is your normal, everyday, kitchen knife for carving things up and chopping things up and stuff like that. And as you can see, it even struggles to open that. So we got this, and we got this. A little contraption. That's about it for that. So this is the strap. I do know that because I did buy it as a package. That was the other part of the thing that you could buy on this particular site, that you could buy the stropping device so you can have that razor edge. So there's the leather strap. It tells you how to use it. You always pull it against the opposite of the cutting edge, so you're always going to be pulling it back like this to do the final task of the situation here. Then we got the device itself, the tumbler. So we'll do the final unboxing. Then we got the instructions. Getting started. Of course, you can scan the QR code if you would like. Very simple. A couple of items. And everything is in pictoriograms. Perfect for the man that can't read or doesn't want to read. So it's just two... Normally they just sell you the regular tumbler, and that's, you can get by with that. But if you want to take the extra step with the strap, that's fine. So we got the holder here. This is magnetic, so it holds the knife very securely. And you got two different edges on here. You got a 20-degree edge, which is your everyday edge that you can use for your everyday knives. And you got a 15-degree angled edge here, or bevel, I should say, and that's for your specialty knives. So if you got them very fine and very awesome and ultra sharp Japanese knives that are all, hammer coated and awesome and will slice your neck off in an instant, you can use that. But for your everyday knives, like your regular everyday kitchen knives, you can use the 20-degree angle stone. And then we got the cylinder, the sharpener itself, and it's very heavy. It's probably about a little over a pound. And of course, this house, it will have no problem rolling off the table. So one side of this thing is diamond encrusted sharpening stone, and then we have this helical deburring tool. And this thing just literally got two rubber O-rings, and that's all you do is roll this thing like this. Very simple. It's almost genius if it works. So all we got to do is take our knife and stick our tumbler on like this, and then we're going to place it flat against the table, and then we're going to push this down so that we have the proper angle, and give it a little wiggle and blah blah blah. But prior to do that, we'll do the paper test, because I know none of my knives do the paper test very well. So here's your regular everyday office paper, and it's supposed to, you're supposed to literally be able to, if this thing had any edge on it, it should cut the paper, and all it does is really fray the edge of the paper. So, I mean, you can get it to start, and it's just like, it's just got no edge. I mean, you can get it to start, but then it shouldn't. That's a very good indication that the knife's duller than hell. But then there's a sharpness tester, and you can get the little contraption to determine the sharpness of a blade. But the sharpest blade, probably in this household, are my double-edge safety razor blades, and these are the feather blades. So these are your Japanese ground double-edge razor blades, and these are ultra sharp, ridiculously sharp, where it actually would slice your face off at no problem. So double-edge edge has no problem slicing a piece of paper. So the ultimate in edges. You could, in theory, get your kitchen knives to be as sharp as a very fine Japanese feather blade if you chose to. So, as you can clearly see, yeah, it's nice sharp edges compared to what the knife was pathetically attempting to do, which was just about nothing. So put that off to the side, and then we'll go ahead and put our blade back on. So we'll put the blade on and have this firmly against the counter. Then we're going to just take our block here, and we're going to start with the diamond encrusted side, and we're going to keep going back and forth until we feel a burr on the block side of the knife. So all we got to do is just place this thing and just roll. And it could take anywhere, it could take a few minutes to get your first initial edge. So we'll go for, I'll come up to the top of the minute here and see how we're progressing on the burr. Okay, so I'll just run our finger here. I don't really feel one yet, so we'll keep going. developing the burr. I can see it sitting on top of it. So we'll go for another minute here. Oh yeah, there's one on there now. So now that we got a burr, and you'll be amazed on how much filings are actually on this thing now. I don't know if the camera picks it up very well, but lots of shavings that's collecting on the knife here. Of course, we got the schwitz on the mat. So now the next stage of this is we're going to take that burr off with this spiral honing part, and we only have to do this like 5 or 6 passes. So that takes care of the burr. So now the next thing we want to do is there's shavings on here, so we want to just wipe that off. And that's the first side done. So we got this side. So now we're going to take and we're going to flip it around and we're going to do this side now. We're going to do the same steps. So we're going to go for a couple of minutes here. So now we'll take the burr off. Take our knife out, wipe it off. We'll see how it performs now. See if we gain anything. That's a lot better. Still could use some work. But at least now I can get it to catch and cut now. Is it as sharp as my feather blade? No, not yet. But we'll give it a couple of little stroppings here. Oh yeah. That is a lot better. I mean, compared to when I first started, I was getting this crap. And now, I can get this thing to actually cut a piece of paper now. So, I guess, if you suck at sharpening your knives, or you're just sick of having dull knives around, I think it's worth the cost of this little contraption here, this knife sharpener. And, if you want to do the extra mile, get the stropping, you're going to have heck of a lot sharper knives than you originally have and stuff like that. And this knife is just your average, everyday, farberware. Probably pick it up at your Walmart or Target or whatever they're sold. And even when this thing was brand new, it wasn't really that great or that sharp. So, I like the Tumbler. I think it's a good product for something that I seen randomly on YouTube short. It's a winner in my book. So, if I really wanted to, I could get it as sharp as that feather blade. Just work on that knife a couple more minutes. You'll have the sharpest knives. It'd be like a Japanese knives. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. And if you haven't already know, you can follow me on Rumble. So we'll see you on the next video. Bye.